All right, we are live. Let
All
us
right.
know how the audio sounds.
I saw that Ben was online.
Yeah.
So he can let us know.
Yeah, please let us know. And howdy, Ben. Hopefully you're having a great day and weekend and doing well. It's kind of different having headphones on.
Yeah, it feels weird.
It feels weird. Yeah, with using the StreamYard, I couldn't figure out how to do it with the echo without doing it this way. So, we're gonna try it. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. But we may not need them. I mean, like, you may not need them.
Well, ask them how the audio is.
And Julie and Juju, welcome. I don't know if you're first time or you've watched this before, but welcome to the channel. Glad you're here. And Ben, glad that you're getting home safely. I'm doing well.
Was it weather or traffic?
He says he doesn't hear a different on or off. So if he doesn't hear a difference on or off, I'm taking him off.
Okay, so without the headphones, you don't hear
I don't hear
any
it.
different?
Yeah. I was worried about echo. Like if there's
Okay.
echoing. In our headphones, it sounds echoing. But maybe it doesn't hear. So maybe we don't need them. We'll put them over here. Anyway, glad that you're joining us for the live show tonight, the live stream. Hopefully you're having a great weekend and getting ready for 4th of July. We have family coming in, so that's always going to be fun. Lots of kids. And
We
so,
do
yeah.
have plans to go fishing. However, what's with these hurricanes forming? I don't
Oh, my
know
goodness.
what's going to happen. Are you guys
Yes,
up
yes,
on your
yes,
hurricane
yes.
weather news? We have 3 or 4 of them.
I'm a little concerned.
We happen
They're-
to live in Hurricane
are
Alley,
living,
so
yeah.
sheesh.
And good, no echo. He says no echo, so we're good. Okay, echo's just coming from the headphones, so we're good there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm worried about the hurricanes as well because who knows what'll happen, and that's gonna get crazy.
Some of them
and
have names already.
names already. One of them's a Cat 4, I think. There's 2 others that are developing, so yeah, that's gonna definitely change fishing a little bit for the Gulf of Mexico.
I'm hoping more of the Mexico and less of the Gulf. but-
Maybe. Well, I don't know. If you are just joining us or if you're new to the channel, we are selling our own popping corks now. You can pick these up in the store there. They're very effective. We do catch fish on them, and we're making different kinds. This is the first one. This is going to be the original one. So you can pick those up in there. We also sell hats and shirts and stuff like that as well. And then also our fishing rig holders as well. And then you can pre-make your rigs and then put them on here, and you can take them out there and have your rigs. So those things are available in the store. Just wanted to let you know that those things are available to you. And we were going to release a video last week, but due to the presidential stuff, I said,
We
you
thought
know
they're
what?
not going to watch it.
Nobody's going to watch the video. It's just going to be a wasted video. So I'm going to wait to do that. I'm going to wait to put it out this week. But then again, we got 4th of July, so I'll probably put it out tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, depending on which day I think is going to be better traffic. But it's all ready to go. It is all ready to go. And it was good. Matter of fact, we did a catch and cook. Mm-hmm. And we ate the same recipe again tonight, I think.
Yeah, it was so good.
And it's just good.
I cooked
It's
it
just
again.
Good. Yeah, so it's so good.
So
We did
we
it twice.
had a gaff top catfish for
Yeah,
dinner.
and I guarantee you would not know.
No.
I guarantee you anybody having it would not know. Ben says there's a big high pressure domes play a big part on where the storms are allowed to roam. Yeah, that's going to be part of it too, is where there's high pressure, how fast, if the high pressure moves out too fast and the storms can come up behind them, or if the high pressure stays intact and then they'll be forced down lower. So it really does depend on that, but we will have to keep a watch on the tropics.
I hope it doesn't ruin my fishing this weekend.
Yeah, we're gonna go beach fishing this weekend. I think. Yeah, beach fishing this weekend. Well, we have a story to talk about, and this story that we're going to talk about tonight, we have talked about it once before, but we kind of have an update on the story, and there's something going on in Florida, and it's spreading a little bit out of the area that it was. It was all in the Key West area, and it's kind of been moving around and moving out, and they really are baffled as to what's going on with these fish and what's going on there. So I thought we'd talk about that because I found this to be an update to the situation.
The story we did on like the fish that get disoriented.
Yeah.
And they just start swimming in circles.
Yeah. So this is kind of an update to that story, and it's one of these things like I don't know what. They think that they're narrowing it down, but they're still not 100% sure as to what is going on, what's causing it. So let's go ahead and let's get into the story. And let me put it up here. It says, hope then heartbreak as first spinning sawfish dies. And you got that nice banner ad there from Amazon. Hope then heartbreak as first spinning sawfish dies in Tampa Bay. So remember, it was in the Key West area. It was kind of contained to the lower parts. But now this thing is spreading, and it is just something that's really decimating. You'll see it in the article about how far it's gone. And there's a picture of a sawfish being caught. Anyway, Gulf of Mexico, the day was supposed to be a celebration as one of Florida's rarest marine animals dies at alarming rates. A team of shark researchers had a surge of hope when 2 days earlier they caught a healthy adult small-toothed sawfish offshore Tampa Bay. Not only was this the first ever adult tagged by a researcher in the Bay Area, the animal's healthy blood would be compared to the blood of sick and dead sawfish in the Florida Keys. So they say, hey, we finally got a baseline sample. This is a good thing. And this is coming from the Tampa Bay Times, by the way. I want to give them credit for the article. It says, maybe researchers said this animal could help apprehend a mystery killer that has left at least 53 endangered sawfish dead and countless others spinning erratically this year. So like I said, if you remember when we were first covering the story, it was contained to the Key West area. Now it's definitely spread up the coast, and Tampa Bay, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but Tampa Bay is on the Gulf side. So this is coming up into the Gulf. That's why I'm paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Senior Mysterioso, hey, how you doing? Glad you're joining us. We fixed the audio from last week, it looks like, so I think we're doing better than what we're doing, but glad you joined us. We're talking about the issues going on in Florida.
Cape Canaveral and stuff is the Atlantic side.
Yeah, so
I think
Tampa Bay is on the, I'm pretty sure it's on the Gulf side. And anyways, keep on. They have a video here in the article that talks about this, but it says, catching the prehistoric looking creature with its chainsaw snout came as a surprise to the team of biologists who tried unsuccessfully to tag an adult in the Bay Area since 2019. So they've been trying for quite a while. That's why they were excited. They were like, hey,
we finally
got it. We can figure out what's going on with these things. 5 week-long expeditions have come up empty until now. On Friday morning, spirits were high on board the research boat offshore Maria Island. Vanilla Ice blasted through the speakers. I don't know why they're playing Vanilla Ice, but Ice Baby, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Pretzels and Cheez-Its. Oh
yeah, they were just having a great time. Crew was munching on stuff. Gulf of Mexico's flat as glass. Then Lucas Heath got a phone call. They just got a report of a large sawfish swimming in circles off the beach at Bay Pines. Said Heath, a sawfish biologist with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. He announced to the crew that about 24 miles to the north in Pinellas, maybe? I don't know. County, a sawfish was acting strange. An eyewitness reported to the state hotline that it looked like something was wrong. I wouldn't expect it to be all the way up here, he said solemnly, but that's par for the course with this crisis. Since January, Heath has been one of the main responders to the dozens of reports of dead sawfish washing up across South Florida. But that die-off was unfolding hundreds of miles south. This was supposed to be a fun day of catching healthy sharks in Tampa Bay, and if lucky, another healthy sawfish. Instead, he sat quietly in the bow as he took in information from the phone. A kayak guide saw the male sawfish thrashing earlier that morning on a mangrove flat in Boca Chica Bay near War Veterans Memorial Park. It seemed huge, they said, and it was clear it was sick. So that's where now the hope is turning, because this is going to be a problem. And like the article said, this was contained, they thought, hundreds of miles south, but now it's come all the way up the coast.
Well, it wasn't in the article we read. It was not just sawfish. There was other sharks behaving erratically
no,
as well.
they're going to talk about that
So
in
the
this
concern
article.
is the spread.
It's the spread, and now it's spreading,
And
and now it's spreading in geographic
It is.
locations as well. So
but it seems like it's not necessarily a geographic location as much as when they find these fish, they have like certain toxins in their body.
something's going. They're not sure. Something is
where
going
are they
on.
getting them? And is it the water?
Is it the water?
You
Is
know.
it some sort of contaminant? Don't know. It says realization set in for the crew. They would attempt to find it. This is not good, Lucas, said Tonya Wiley, the team leader of the small tooth sawfish recovery team and director of the Palmetto-based Havensworth Coastal Conservation. The engines whirled to life as their boat began its journey northward. We've got a spinning sawfish in Tampa Bay now. It says reports of odd spinning behavior, and this is what we started talking about before. This is when we've been covering this for a little while now with this, and so this started in November of 2023. And it says reports of odd fish spinning. An unusual swirling began in November of 2023. It started with small inshore species like pinfish. But by January, biologists had their first confirmed report in the Keys of a dead sawfish, the first marine fish to earn federal protection under Endangered Species Act of 2003. So sawfish are an endangered species.
That's probably why they paid attention to
Yeah,
this
this is a
weirdness
big
going
thing.
on, is because they're like, wait, it's happening to the sawfish, which were endangered.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're
So,
kind of concerned.
and here's the problem. Here's the problem of what's going on. Scientists still are not entirely sure what's causing the die-off. But this article says they are getting closer to pinning down the answer. Florida state wildlife and environmental agencies have ruled out, and here's what they've ruled out. They said it's not these things. Because my thinking at first was maybe it was water temperature. They think it was just getting too hot and they were losing oxygenation. And so, like, you know how if you're dehydrated and you have lack of oxygen as a human, you can faint and become disoriented and things like that. I thought maybe that's what was happening to the fish, but no. According to the article, it says they've ruled out exposure to red tide, water temperature, and salinity. So
not
none
the
of those
salt,
things.
it's
You're saying
not
it's
that.
not those things. The state's main focus, according to wildlife spokesperson, is now a harmful algal bloom and the toxins they produce. So maybe this is something that's naturally occurring. That's what they're trying to say.
That maybe we didn't notice before because they weren't endangered species swimming in circles and going nuts. I do remember our article before also included a grouper that started doing that.
Yeah, the
So,
grouper were doing it. The pinfish,
yeah.
it's not. It's not just sawfish. Even though this article is focused on sawfish, it does affect other marine species. So,
and maybe it affects one particular species more than another.
it could be, or it could. I was thinking, and the article kind of hints at this, but they don't talk about it as much. Sawfish are on the bottom. They're bottom fish. Other fish will be in the water column in other places. So maybe if their proximity to the sea floor might be putting them where they're getting more of it into them. I don't know.
Somehow it's affecting their brain.
Ben says, well, if it's an affected, protected species, hopefully federal dollars will be budgeted to find the cause. I'm not normally in favor of federal intervention, but perhaps they have standing. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm hoping that they're going to get to the bottom of this and get to the bottom of it quickly. I'm not a big government
The
guy
thing
either.
is,
but
they're paying these guys to research stuff anyway. They might as well research
Yeah,
something that's
figure
beneficial.
this
They're going to
out.
sit in their office and research something.
figure this one out because this is important.
So I'd rather figure out what's killing them.
And deal with it before it gets here to Texas too, please. Would appreciate it.
Although we probably have less sawfish here.
Yeah.
but-
It says if sawfish is spinning in Tampa Bay, that doesn't mean it's catching whatever's making it sick in this region. It's unlikely. The current scientific thinking is that the area of concern remains in South Florida. Sawfish are swimming in the Florida Keys and contracting whatever's caused them to act erratically. But if those fish are swimming miles as they head north during the summer, they have episodes of bizarre whirling and thrashing along the way. It's distressing to see the animals dead and dying, said Dean Grubbs, the Associate Director of Research at Florida State University's Coastal and Marine Laboratory. Grubbs is also a member of the sawfish recovery team, and he was on the boat last week when the crew caught the healthy sawfish. He said, I try to keep my emotions out as much as I can. Where I do see the emotional impact, though, is on my students, particularly my students that work on sawfish, Grubbs said. You can see it on their faces. It's not just sawfish, and this is what we're talking about. It's not just sawfish. More than 50 species have been affected by the bizarre event, including stingrays, sharks, crabs, and groupers. People have sent at least 500 eyewitness reports of abnormal...
Oh, wait, hold on. Crabs? Okay, crabs, when do they not act crazy? Okay, crabs are always crazy. How can you say, that crab's
The
crazy?
crab is just spinning around. The crab's just spinning around, looking on their hand.
Crabs just do what crabs do. What do you mean crazy?
How do you know that
crabs?
a crab is
Crabs
is
are always
spinning?
crazy. They can't be included.
They can't be included. You're not including the crabs.
No, you can't do it.
You know, the other thing that's going to be strange is if, we don't know if this can be transmitted to humans. Like if you consume an animal that has this.
Oh, don't scare me like
I'm just-
that. I mean, I don't eat sawfish, but
We
crabs.
saw all the zombie movies and we saw how it all starts.
So
like
if you eat
28
a
Day
spinning
Laters.
crab, are you
Don't
going to
eat-
start
That's what I'm
spinning?
saying. Don't eat the spinning crabs. That's what I'm trying to say.
I know,
Okay.
right?
Let's see. Senior Mysterioso says, strange that it doesn't seem to be affecting the smaller bait fish, the canaries in the coal mine, as it were. Actually, it started, and you might have missed this earlier in the show. They first observed it in pinfish. And then it was thought
like
that
little pinfish were...
and then it was thought that the pinfish were being ate by larger fish, and that was spreading it. But now they think that's not the case there. Ben agrees with you, Karen. How do you tell a crab is sick? It walks forward in a straight line.
I'm like, oh yeah, the crabs are crazy.
It's
Well,
like,
they're always crazy.
all right, Mr. Crab, go ahead and walk the line.
Yes. And
if
how
it-
do you tell a
and
crab is mad? They're
Yeah, I
always
know,
mad.
they're always
They always
mad.
got claws out.
Okay.
I mean, like, when are they not?
It says, so we got stingrays, sharks, crabs, and groupers. That's where we were. People have sent at least 500 eyewitness reports of abnormal behavior and fish kills to state wildlife hotlines, according to the latest Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission data. Heath and his team of fellow sawfish biologists are monitoring the calls daily.
Okay. I know we're not supposed to go back to the crabs. But
Okay, so we're going back to the crabs.
look, would you
can't get
take a
over this.
phone
Just can't get
call
over
with
this.
somebody saying, yes, what do you need? Yes, hello, I would like to report a strange crab.
I would like to report that this crab is acting
Oh,
strangely.
This crab. Like, who makes that phone call and who's like, well,
I
I'd like
don't
to
know.
thank you for reporting this strange crab.
I can imagine
Who does that?
I imagine the fish cops get a lot of strange things. That would be one.
I mean, like a big old grouper swimming in circles, I might report that.
You might report that one.
But, like, hello, the crab is acting strange.
this one right here.
Yeah.
He was
this
acting
one.
bizarre.
I'm like, who does that?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't
I'm
know.
just cackling.
Just
over this.
okay. It says now one of those hotline calls has sent the researchers on a potential recovery mission. The crew spent an hour Friday morning monitoring more than 20 miles north to Johns Pass with hopes they'd find the struggling sawfish. As the boat cut through the Gulf, Heath gathered and shared intel from the initial report, including its location and its impressive size of more than 10 feet long. Video from a witness showed the sawfish along the bank of mangroves in shallow water, clearly distressed and thrashing its chainsaw snout, called a rostrum, above the surface. And there's a video, I'm not going to play it, but there is a video here of the animal there. And then it is hard to watch when an animal's suffering in that way, because he's obviously can't figure out he just can't get his bearings, and you can tell from the video they just can't get their bearings.
So, in conclusion, do they say what they're going to do? I mean, what?
Traveling fools. This one's in your neck of the woods. You guys are in Florida, right? This is in your neck of the woods. We've been talking about this with the Florida, with the animals acting, the marine life that are acting strangely with the spinning and all that. So I think traveling fools down that area.
Yeah. Don't eat a crazy crab.
We have established that.
We've established
before I continue reading the rest of this, make sure you hit the like button. We appreciate that. Hit the like button.
I forgot already.
You forgot already, okay. All right, going back to the story. The team called Adam Brame, the sawfish recovery coordinator for the Federal National... So, Ben, there's your answer there. For the Federal National Marine Fisheries Service. So the feds are getting involved in this, probably because of this protected species that is is being affected. Brame was an integral part of the first ever sawfish rescue in early April off of Cudjoe Key, and he just so happened to live in St. Petersburg. This time, the crisis had come to him. Brahmi arrived at the shoreline about 15 minutes before the boat crew. He quickly rented a kayak and started scanning the dense mangroves for any signs of life. Adam had a visual on a sawfish. Wiley, on the phone with Brame, announced to the crew with nervous excitement as they approached Bay Pines. When the research crew arrived a few minutes later, Brame pulled up to the boat on his kayak and gave them an update. He saw the sawfish's two dorsal fins slicing through the water, and he paddled behind as it swam toward a nearby cove. He had just lost sight of it when the boat arrived. For the next 2 hours, the crew did everything they could to find the sawfish. They set out 100 baited hooks with ladyfish. Apparently, sawfish like ladyfish.
Yeah, but if it's spinning around and all nauseous, I don't think it wants to eat.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No,
This is not the best idea.
It says another federal scientist arrived to patrol the water on a kayak, and a drone circled the air, all searching for the hidden creature. Heath calls this part of the job chasing shadows. The otters search for an animal that lives and breathes underwater. When you're hunting for something as elusive as the sawfish, every shadow catches your eye, he explained. There's only so many of us, and the sawfish is living in such a large geographical area, he said. Depending on how long you take it to get there or where it is, you might just miss it. When the hooks came up empty and the drone's batteries had died, the crew called off the search. The hopes that had set the tone for the day had all but vanished. What remained was the quiet mourning for what researchers feared would become of the sawfish. On Monday, the fate of the animal became clear. The male sawfish washed up dead along the same shoreline where it was spotted last week. Deputies with the Pinellas, or Pina, I don't know how you pronounce that, sorry, Floridians, County Sheriff's Office retrieved the carcass, and Heath conducted an animal autopsy. So Ben says he just looked this up. What did he say? I looked up. Cudjoe Key is part of the Florida Keys, so way south of Boca and Tampa. Okay. All right, appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not sure my Florida geography that much, and finding all these places on a map was a little challenging.
So basically, he died.
So yes, the animal did die.
Oh, it's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one.
This is the same one that they tracked? No,
yeah,
it's not.
This is the same one that was reported as being in trouble. Yeah. It was until last week the northernmost reports of 6 sawfish were from Jensen Beach on the Florida's Atlantic coast and Charlotte Harbor on the Florida's Gulf Coast, according to Heath. Now this is the first confirmed death in Tampa Bay related to the ongoing die-off, and it's the northernmost death in the state, and researchers, of course, hope it will be the last. And of course, there's the unfortunate, there's the picture of the situation there. So they said they did a necropsy on the fish, but it's one of these things that they still are not any closer to finding out what's going on with these fish. Whether it's some sort of toxin, some sort of algae that's getting into them, causing them to go into distress and disorientation. I mean, it's almost like they ate bad mushrooms or something.
Well, I don't know how they're going to do it unless they can compare several of them that died with a healthy one and see what's missing or what's not.
Or what's in their bloodstreams,
and what's there and what's in one that's not in another. Elimination, you know.
Yeah, and I would think with the amount of animals that they have said have died off and gone crazy, that they would have already been able to isolate whatever's in the animal that's causing the issues, but they haven't yet isolated it. And you know, something again, 2023. This is a new phenomenon.
Maybe we don't know if they think it's a naturally occurring thing. They could do some research historically and see if any data was ever written down. Maybe manually they wrote down, back when we had typewriters and everything, maybe somebody wrote down this type of behavior. Yeah. Maybe a couple, maybe 100 years ago this happened. Yeah.
So I'd love to hear from you guys that are watching the stream, or if you're catching the replay later, I'd love to hear what you guys think about this, because I do know that Florida has had issues with pollution. Mm-hmm. Pollution getting into the water, into to the big lake Okeechobee, I think it is. But I would just love to hear what you guys think this thing could possibly be that's going on. My personal feeling is that it's probably some sort of algae that is being modified by fertilizers and things going into the water, causing that to bloom. And if it's a toxic algae and the fish are swimming into it, that they're absorbing it somehow and that's what's doing it. That's what it almost seems to me, but I'm not a biologist. I don't know.
It does seem to be bottom feeding fish that are mostly the types you read that are mostly being affected.
Something on the bottom
Groupers
there.
are on the bottom, and even penfish are usually at the bottom.
Yeah, Ben, we're definitely going to want to keep these animals away from the wet markets. I think we're definitely going to want to keep them away from the wet markets, and definitely away from Dr. Fauci. I don't think we want him experimenting or doing any gain of function research.
No, we don't want that.
No, we're not gonna find these things to do gain of function research on and find out how we can do it.
And we're definitely not going to eat them to see what happens to us.
No, we're not
and
going to
see
do
if
that
we
either.
start spinning around.
No.
So
We have enough drugs and things around that can cause some problems for us. So I don't think we need to be importing anything from the marine world problems. Still would love to know what you guys think about it, because it's one of these things that can spread, and if we don't get on top of it, my thinking is that if it continues to march up north,
then you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to call Texas Parks and Wildlife and report a crazy crab.
And that's what you're going to do. You're going to be like, the crabs are going crazy.
The crabs are nuts, and see if they do anything.
Yeah.
Which crab was it?
And it could be that the sawfish was already infected with it and goes north on a migratory pattern, that it's still contained.
Yeah.
That even though the fish died up there, that it wasn't infected up there. That could very well be too.
Well, I mean, they can travel fairly far.
But I haven't heard of any weird things. Like die-offs or anything like that in that area. I mean, I know we get fish kills and die-offs. And hey, Ben, I really appreciate that. Thank you. And I would love to know what you think of them too, because we're just starting out with them, and I would love to know what you're saying. If you're not sure what he's referring to, we are making popping corks now, and they got a good rattle to them, some poppers, and I'll get those out to you as soon as I can. But I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
We use them; they work.
There you go, Karen. That was for you.
Thank you, Ben. Somebody else thinks this is funny.
Hello, Texas Parks and Wildlife. I'd like to report a stoned crab. No, that's a stoned crab. A stoned crab.
Yes.
This crab is walking in a straight line on the beach.
Yeah, that would be.
It's not walking sideways. No, it's walking just straight on.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's crazy.
He's lost it. But anyway, we had been reporting on this story, so I thought I'd bring you the update. That I'm still monitoring it and just watching it, because if we do start seeing it moving up and around, the Gulf of Mexico's already got dead zones, and it's already got its problems. We definitely do not need another problem in the Gulf of Mexico, that's for sure. So keep your eye out. Keep your eye out for the weather coming up.
Hurricanes coming.
They got hurricanes and all that stuff. So keep your eyes out on the weather, but keep your eyes out also for spinning fish or crabs walking in straight lines. So make sure you're doing that. But do let us know in the comments what you think. Maybe what you think can be done about it, if anything. Maybe it's pollution related. Wouldn't surprise me. That it's pollution related.
Well, hopefully they'll come up with an update.
Yeah.
And we do give a lot of money to the federal government. Hopefully they can use it for something.
Yeah.
We can stop sending it elsewhere and just do something with the money.
Do something with it there. Yeah. But anyway, so be looking out for our new video that comes out this week. We are going to be releasing the video that I was going to release last week, but due to the presidential debates and everything that everybody was talking about that, I thought it was so much oxygen that was being taken up by those things that I wasn't going to put out a video. But we
you
are going to
definitely
put
need
that
to
out.
watch it if you want to eat some yummy fish cakes.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
I have a
do
good
watch
recipe
that.
at
Great
the
recipe.
end.
Absolutely killer recipe. It tastes real good. So that'll be coming out this week. We have family going in, planning on going beach fishing. So hopefully you can get out there this weekend. A lot of people are going to get 4-day holiday, 4-day weekends.
So are we going to talk about, the elephant in our driveway?
No, we're not talking about
We're not
that yet.
talking about
No.
that?
We're
Is
not
that a
talking-
secret?
That's going to be a secret. That's going to be a secret.
Like a separate
It's got to be.
thing?
It's going to have to be a channel secret for right now.
Channel secret?
Channel secret right now. Yeah, we can't talk about
We
it.
can't talk about this.
Yes. The first
All right.
rule of We Go Fishing is we don't talk about We Go Fishing.
All right. Well, we have a secret, and apparently
We do
we're
have a
not
secret.
telling
No,
you
we're not
today.
talking about it. Yeah. Well, let's see how many people. Let's see, but what if people want?
Yeah, we can wait. We can.
Do you
wait.
want to tell them?
No, we can wait.
I mean,
It's
people
fine.
have been. A lot of these people have been on the live stream now for a half hour. We can probably, and these are people that probably watch our
Well,
stuff anyway.
Yes, but they have to promise to keep it a secret.
Well, I don't think that there's some sort of
So
weird...
you have a secret plan for your are you going to do a special video or something?
I was thinking about it, but I don't know. You'd have to be. It's kind of. It's one of those things that people that know our channel have been watching it for a while. Have seen the developments in things. They would care, but the general public probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Ben says we promise.
We
Pinky
promise.
is it Pinky promise
Pinky
or something?
promise.
All right. Well, Karen wants to, you can tell him. Go ahead.
I can.
You can.
Well, this is your idea.
That was my idea.
We've decided that we are going to. We decided to upgrade our boat. We
Yes.
got a new boat.
I know. Yes, we sold our pro skiff, and it was actually mixed emotion, because a lot of people say that your happiest days are the day you buy the boat, and then the day that you sell your boat. And I was watching it being driven away, and all the memories of the kids fishing and you getting into fishing, and just all of that was like right there in my mind. I was like, I don't like this. I was
All of
like
a sudden you
so
got
like
sad.
I was getting sad. I was really getting sad. I was like, wow, I didn't know that I could have an emotional attachment to a boat. But just thinking back of the kids being smaller, and then just all the places we've gone with it. But it was time to upgrade because the kids have gotten bigger. Putting
It
them
has
on
a
the
weight.
boat.
It had a weight limit, so it had 5 people. But really, with all 5 of us, with 4 of us pretty much being adult size, it was hard. So we have upgraded. We can take this one out safely to the jetties, or we can also move much faster if there's a storm that blows up, and that was difficult.
So we
couldn't
went
get
out
away as
and we
fast.
got a 21-foot Express, and it's a hyperlift technology with the hull. And I'll go over. I'm not going to do like a full review on it right now because it's an older boat. It's not a new boat. We did buy it used. It's in great shape, but I'll probably take a little. You'll see it in the videos and we'll talk about it. But yeah, so we definitely upgraded there to a different type of boat, and now we need to make some new memories on it.
So you won't be sad.
So I won't be sad. Yeah, I was really surprised that I was. Like, I was really surprised because I really wanted to get this other boat, but I had to sell my boat first. And then, I'd been working to sell it, and I couldn't sell it. And then Karen, she sells it. And then I'm like, but, the people that bought it are also people that know our channel as well and have watched
They're
it and things like
subscribers.
that.
They
So
might be watching
subscribers.
now.
So it's a great boat.
She
and
messaged me
I-
that they got it registered in their name now, so they officially have.
So I hope
gotten
that it
titles
serves
there.
them so well, and that it is a blessed experience for them. And but yeah, so that's a big channel update, I suppose. We'll share it with you on the live stream at the end of the live stream here for like breaking news. So anyway, we're looking forward to it, and thank you guys for that. Much appreciated. I think it'll be good. Matter of fact, I'm taking it in tomorrow to get the new trolling motor put on it, because I really like spot lock technology. Oh, I love that. But
He's kind of spoiled. with
I'm
that,
spoiled with
so.
that. So that's our channel update.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to reveal?
I'm sorry. I didn't
just
know.
kidding. No.
Wow, we're gonna have a fight right here on the live stream. I'm
That's
sorry.
fine.
You're
No, it's
mad at
good.
me?
No.
I thought you were gonna talk about it at the end. I thought you were
It
gonna tell.
just naturally goes in. Well, thank you all for joining us on this live show. We very much appreciate each one of you. Thank you for clicking on the video and spending some time with us on Monday nights. I know there's a lot of other things you could be doing, but thank you for spending the time with us. And check out our popping corks and the fishing ring holders and stuff like that. That'll also help out the channel. Very
Can
much
help
appreciate
pay
it
for
with
our
that.
trolling motor.
Pay for the trolling motor. Yeah. We did have, that's a story for another time. You never save money. Some people think that you can save money because you go out and get the fish and they're free. It's like,
Oh yeah. We have family that says, well, you probably save money with all the fish you have in your freezer.
never
I'm like,
save money going fishing.
Yeah, I could never buy enough fish to make the cost of a boat. I mean,
No.
no.
But anyway, thank you all for joining us tonight. Have a great rest of the week. Enjoy your 4th of July for those of you that are in the States. I know that some of you aren't in the States, but for those of you that are in the States, hope you have a great Independence Day. Enjoy the barbecue, fireworks, festivities, all that stuff, and be responsible, be safe out there as
Don't
well.
shoot your guns in the air.
Yeah, don't shoot, do all that good stuff. And until we see you next time,
May the fish be with you.
I'll take care.